What's up, everybody? It's your boy Adam. It is August 1st. Oh, I hate the first of the month. There's it's just I don't know. It's the 1st of August and it's Friday, which also kind of sucks. The last 2 weeks, man. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right, so yeah. Sometimes when I sit down in front of this camera, all of a sudden something happens. My nose got all stuffy. You know, like I'm not sick or anything. I feel just fine. Sometimes I get stuffy nose. Sometimes it's the frog in my throat, whatever. Turn on that camera, something happens. So, last night was a good live stream. It was fun. A little bit smaller crowd than the previous week. Went 2 hours exactly. I'd hit the stop button right at 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock. It's every Thursday from 6 to 8 Central Time. 7 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. It's just the time that works best for me. Fridays would be no good. Pretty much any other day of the week. Whoa! Goodbye, fruit flies. It bothers me when I hear pop, 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 pop in the background, but it's like fireworks too. It's like the 4th of July. It's like the 4th of July when I fry a fly. I love it. It's doing a good job. I put the Taro little fruit fly traps. They do a good job during the day. They're catching them. The tennis racket thing, that electric, you can just set it in a stand and let it do its thing. Put it in the window, and every now and then I gotta go by with the vacuum cleaner and be like, get all the body parts. But it's definitely, I had a fruit fly flying around me yesterday. I'm not seeing them. I got to spray. I've got to do some things about other pests. It's probably been 2 months since the last time I sprayed the Alpine WSG. So I'm going to get some more packets of that and do a full strength spray down. Because that does a good job. But you got to mix it up with other things. So that is something on my list. It's the 1st of the month. I got anxiety about the 1st of the month for different reasons. I've got to pay the rent. I've got, today being Friday, it's grocery day. And I was looking at the money situation and I'm like, man, I thought it was better than it is. Part of it's because I took out cash to get some stuff from Facebook Marketplace, but then that fell through. So I've got the cash. So I was looking at it. I'm like, it would be better if I just walked to the grocery store today and used that cash to get groceries instead of putting another transaction on a bank account. So that's what I'm going to do today instead of getting groceries delivered. It's looking a little bit muggy, like it might rain. Whatever. All I'm going to get is healthy stuff. I'm going to get a lot of veggies, cauliflower rice, a couple of rotisserie chickens because they're $5. You get a lot of chicken out of one of those. Maybe some frozen boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And chicken. I'm probably going to get sick of eating chicken. But for a week, I can see how it goes. If I can make a big bowl of shredded chicken with some cauliflower rice and vegetables, like fajita vegetables or something like that, and feel full, that's better than downing a freaking frozen pizza or some of the other things I've eaten. I made some delicious, oh my God, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches the other night. They were so good. So good, because I had to use up a pack of bacon. So I cooked, when I open a pack of bacon, I cook the whole thing, and then I just put whatever I don't eat in a container. So I had some bacon on a pizza last night, but a couple days ago I had these bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. They were so filling, they were so good. But they were high calorie. Everything's high calorie. That's good. Anything that tastes good. So I'm trying to figure out something. But I just gotta, people, you can leave your suggestions, whatever. I mean, that's all good. Grok. I'm asking Grok, what do you think I should do, Grok? Trying to get some ideas there. I did get the Facebook Marketplace, the double deal that I was trying to get. A $15 pair of bike shoes and a heart rate monitor. I couldn't get a hold of the lady with the shoes. They were men's shoes, but I couldn't get a hold. And by the time I did, the other thing had been sold. So it kind of all just fell apart, which is fine. But I was like, you know what? I want to track my fitness. So I got a heart rate monitor. A good one. If you're going to go in, go good. So Amazon delivered it. When I woke up this morning, it was here. Garmin heart rate monitor. When you watch these Tour de France cyclists, they're all wearing them. It just kind of like, I just keep getting this like, all I'm going to say is when I bought this fitness tracker from Garmin a couple of years ago, I mean, it was probably about a year before I was arrested. I want to say it was sometime in 2001. And I have had a Fitbit a couple of times. And I liked it and it worked. But the band, they would always fall apart. This thing holds up good. This thing I've had, this is my replacement one that Garmin sent me 3 years after the warranty expired, and they still replaced it when the battery stopped holding a charge. But when I got it, I'm generally active on and off and whatnot, but when I started, like, I've been slowly ramping up being serious about my fitness since living in the tool shed. This was the first thing I did. I had this in a box and I hadn't used it since I got out of prison. So I decided to start using it. That's why I reached out to Garmin when it wouldn't hold a charge. They sent me a new one. I'm like, oh, cool. So I'm kind of like, I've played around with eating healthier. Obviously, I'm getting enough cycling. So that part of it's covered. I'm riding my bike everywhere. I don't know. Money's tight, but then I was like, you know what? Live a little. Get something fun. It's kind of like, it turns fitness, it turns life, it turns it all into like a video game. I was a video game collector. The data helps though. It, like, just tracking what I've been eating for the last 2 weeks. I'm eating like shit. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. I see the weight gain from the eating. I mean, it correlates. Eat this many more calories than you're supposed to, gain this many more pounds. Duh. It's that simple. That's the diet. Eat less calories than you burn. I don't know, they should come up with a fancy name for that one. Because, they've got this, well, I'm on the keto diet. Well, I'm on the Atkins diet. Well, that's not the right diet. Oh my God, how many diets are there? There's a million. I'm on the vegan diet. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're on the vegan diet, you can't eat enough calories in a day to survive, let alone, gain weight. That's why they're all skin and bones, and you could just go like that and you break their femur if you flicked them in the leg. But I'm not like that. I have a hard time just making a radical change and sticking with it. But doing things like tracking my fitness a little better. I took a GPS unit that was in a box that I hadn't been using since I got out of prison. got a $10 mount to mount it to my handlebars on the bicycle that's missing a cycle computer. Instantly, I rode the bike 4 times, instantly made the rides better. Now I have data. I forgot my phone. I went all the way to the bakery and back. I forgot my phone. But I had that thing on my dashboard on the bicycle, and it recorded everything, my ride and my heart rate. I was picking up the heart rate from this. So, I've just been so curious on Mondays when I do this delivery truck and put it all away, like how many calories am I burning when I do that? But I can't wear this while I work, or I wouldn't have got the chest strap. And there's other benefits to that. There's like 20 different ways that's going to benefit me. So I'm cool. I wish I would have got it cheaper, but I would have had to go on a 40-mile bike ride. But when it all works out, I can do freelance for the time that it would take to go on that 40-mile bike ride and make more money doing that in the 3 to 4 hours. I mean, it all balances out. I'll be fine. Pretty much got the sign from above. You'll be fine. Just do what you feel like you got to do. It's not really going to make a dent in... For me to be able to get a car, I got to step up my game. I got to work harder. That's what it boils down to. I have... My energy is shot. And I think it, like, I just keep saying this over and over again. My energy is shot mainly because I got into this place to live and things just stress. My level of stress dropped so drastically, so fast. I'm telling you, when I was living in that tool shed, the day I moved out, my stress was through the roof because I wanted no drama and the landlord hadn't left yet. I left the house to go get the U-Haul and his car was still in the driveway, and I'm like, shit. Because I had made a firm choice not to tell him I'm leaving. And I had very good reasons to do that. I wanted zero drama. I didn't want him coming in and out of the place without me being there. He did a number of things, and I'm like, you know what? It's better this way. Don't tell him. Just tell him after you're gone. I normally wouldn't do something like that, but this guy, I couldn't do it. Just my spirit guide was screaming at me not to do that. Made it loud and clear. There was no doubt that was what I was supposed to do. So I leave. I'm expecting to come back with this U-Haul van, and he's going to be there, and he's going to be like, what the hell's going on? And all this drama. Well, I get there. I even dilly-dallied coming back to the house after I picked up the van. I was like, I'm going to go to Home Depot. I'm going to go do this, do that. Drag my ass. I called my friend. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to dilly-dally, so take your time. Take your time. I'm not even going to be back for a while. You know, just when you get there, you get there. I'm cool, whatever. Good. I only need help moving like one or two things. The rest is just gravy, honestly. So I get home. He's gone. The landlord's gone. Whew. I get right to it. 9:30. Start moving the boxes out. Just start filling up the van. 10 o'clock, my boy rolls in. Bam. We're out of there. 11 o'clock, everything's done. And I mean, we didn't bust ass either. We were moving, but we weren't like killing ourselves to get it done. I swept out the place. I cleaned up. Was out of there. And 11 a.m. sharp. I'm telling you, as soon as all 4 wheels of the U-Haul van were on the road and out of the driveway, my stress level went from like, if you could measure stress on some sort of ruler, it went from like 1,000 to maybe 100. Like that. And I was just like, I was so relieved. And then, like, I would say by the end of that day, when everything had been said and done, I had had my last argument with the slumlord and all that, and I was just like, finally everything was just freaking over. Now my stress was down to like 50, from 1,000 down to 100, down to 50. No stress, like just, and it like something in the last 2 months, because I've had a little bit of stress. Like there's been things here that get on my nerves, but like annoyances, like general, you're going to be annoyed no matter where you are, what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like you're just get like general things. There are things about living here that are annoying, and I have to deal with certain things. And there are just like the bike riding and the bakery and just all these different things. And my energy level, all that stuff. But it's like something hit me. And over the last 2 to 3 weeks especially, it's hit me even more. Honestly, since I started watching the Tour de France, I don't know, maybe just watching all these guys that are fit and in shape going 35 miles an hour on their bike without even trying. Like that's just their regular speed. Like, and just like, I don't know, a combination of just all the bike ride. I've had corns on my feet that have made the bicycling a little bit harder, but I'm getting rid of those. Like it's just all these little things last couple of weeks. And just there's something about, I've had this happen in my life before where you're under a massive amount of stress and then something breaks, the dam breaks in a good way, to where all that stress that's built up in the lake of stress, the dam breaks and all that stress just goes whoosh and just floods the whole valley and takes out all the shanty towns of West Virginia, just like when the coal mine dam breaks and all the West Virginia shanty towns are like the Johnstown flood in Pennsylvania, like just wipes out the whole city all at once. And then you're just left with like, oh. And I'm looking back and I'm like, all the way from, if you count all the way from August 12th of 2022, it's August 1st, 2025. And it wasn't until June 1st, 2025 that I got to sit and relax. I did get to sit and relax at my friend's house when I moved to Houston. They were even out of town for a number of days. I was just sitting on the couch going, oh wow, there's all these Star Wars shows I haven't seen since I was in prison. Well, I'm gonna watch that. It took days to watch all that. That's all I did was sit on a couch, watch Star Wars. Well, let's throw pizza in the oven, or let's go get a salad. I got a lot of salads, and I'm just like, I was just eating, sitting on a couch, watching Star Wars for like 4 or 5 days, but I'm in somebody else's house. I'm still, it's not my place. It's, it's different when you're a guest, especially when you're like a guest because your friend is helping you out. And it's not like you're just in town for a visit. There was like this level of stress on me. And I hadn't met the probation officer yet, and that was eating at me, like what's going to happen when I meet this guy, and all that kind of stuff floating through. Now, like I'm sitting here today, I got to pay my rent, I got to fill out some forms for the probation. I got to send out an invoice. I got a list of things to do today. It's still early in the morning, but I got to make cold brew coffee today. I forgot last night. Oh, that kills me because I have to do it, and I have to put it in the fridge overnight, and I have to get it in by a certain time. I have to do it like before lunch to have the right amount. I'm probably only going to make 2 jars. I've got to put it in the fridge overnight, and then tomorrow morning I've got to get up when I get ready for the bike ride at 5 in the morning. I've got to filter out the coffee so that I have coffee in the morning. So that sucks. It's not a huge amount of time, but it's going to be like, I mean, that's like 20 minutes out of my I got to get up earlier so that I can do that. My fault. No big deal. But these are the kinds of things that just like, this is like, that's a metaphor of everything I'm feeling right now. Like just the level I'm at. If I'm talking about level 1 coming out of prison, level 2 being homeless, because it was an upgrade. I was living in such a horrible place that being homeless was better. Level 2. Level 3, living at my friend's house in Houston. Level 4, moving into a tool shed. Let's call it a tiny house, right? A tool shed that you pick up at the parking lot at Home Depot and bring it over to your house. That's what I was living in. And number 5, level 5 was moving into here. So I don't know what level 6 is, but I'm at level 5 and I've got a challenge to meet now. There's a long-term goal of wanting to get my shit together and have my kids back in my life. And maybe some other good things. I don't know if that's level 6 or level 10. I don't know what level that happens. Like that's like Mario when he saves the princess at the end of the game. That's pretty much what that is. And so I got some work to do. And so I got to health. If you want energy, you got to worry about your health. So I lost 40 pounds in 4 months in federal prison, so I know my body can drop weight. But what were they doing? Well, the prison was starving us on purpose because some dude threw a fit in the chow hall, so they took away the food. They're like, fine. When in prison, when somebody does something, everybody gets punished. It's kind of like this military tactic where if one person in your platoon at what do they call it? Basic training. When you go to summer camp to get basic training, you know, you got your drill sergeant screaming and yelling at you, and if one person fucks up, everybody has to do push-ups, everybody has to run 10 miles, everybody has to do 100 sit-ups, whatever it is. They're just, you know, one person fucks up, everybody gets punished. And that's like that mentality of they're trying to teach you in the military, they're trying to teach you that if you make a mistake, everybody in your platoon suffers. As in, if you fuck up, you can all die. And all these other people can die because of your mistake. That's what they're trying to instill in you. In prison, it's, we're going to punish one person, or if one person does something, we're going to punish everybody for it, because then the inmates will police themselves and us lazy ass pigs don't have to do as much work. So if somebody throws a fit in the chow hall, then they're going to punish everybody and they're going to take away the food. And they're just going to feed you like the bare minimum amount of food that you can survive on. Probably like, I think it was down to like 1,000 calories a day. No commissary for a month. You know what I mean? Like that shit. So they're starving everybody. The only people who can get through that are the people who are rich and the people who've collected commissary and have foot lockers full of commissary. The store people, the people that's a whole nother story. That's an hour-long conversation there. But what will happen is if the person who fucked up in the chow hall and got everybody in trouble, somebody's gonna put a master lock in a sock and go up to that person and bam, smash them in the face, break their skull open. So now the next person that wants to fuck up in the chow hall is going to think twice, because I might get beat up by the officers, but when the officers punish everybody in the jail, now I got to watch my back every time I turn around because I'm going to get stabbed. So that's why they do it. Because they want the inmates to stop the other inmates from doing shit so that the lazy ass pigs can just sit and do nothing all day. And so I lost 40 pounds in 4 months because we couldn't eat. Like I'd get up, I was struggling to get calories. I'd get up at 6 in the morning just to get to the chow hall so I could eat my shitty oatmeal or my pancake or whatever they give you, just to get some calories. Because if you miss one meal, you're fucked for the day. And you're just gonna be starving. And you go there, depending on the guards, some of the guards were really laid back and cool. And so depending on what guard was in the chow hall, you could go back in the line and get another tray. You could get your tray, and then you could just wait until the lines are dying down and nobody's up there getting food, and then you could just bounce and go right up front. You just flash a deuce to the guard, and they'll either go, or they'll go. They'll nod at you and they'll let you know. Because if they got extra food, most of the guards don't give a fuck. They're just like, yeah, you're good. Go get an extra tray. Certain days, though, they won't have extra food. Like chicken on the bone day, where they're giving out like a chicken leg or whatever, a quarter of chicken. They're not going to have an extra tray. But on like shitty ass hamburger day, you can get another burger. Because it's literally just a fucking frozen burger patty on a bun with here's a ketchup packet, you piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here. So you could go get an extra burger. There's no cheese on it. There's nothing on it. But normally, before they were punishing everybody, they would have like a buffet. It's like a buffet. But it's not. It's just whatever vegetable they have that day, whether it's corn or black beans or green beans, that's pretty much what they give you. You can basically go get as much as you want. So if you're really hungry, you could go up there and get a whole tray of fucking corn and just sit there and eat corn if they needed it. But when the guy fucked up in the chow hall, they took all that away. There was nothing on the buffet. They just give you a little dink. Here's a little dink of corn to go with your slab of shitty cheeseburger and a bun and a packet of ketchup, and that's it. That's what you're eating today. And there's maybe a small handful of some black burned up French fries. And that's the good day. That's like cheeseburger day or hamburger day. That's like one of the good meals. So yeah, it was impossible to eat enough calories if I wasn't working out at all. But then I was working out on top of that, because what else is there to do? Nothing. Go outside, walk around this quarter-mile track 25, 30 times. What is, 30 divided by 4 is, I'd be getting like 8 to 10 miles a day just walking around this track. Quarter mile. I had a stopwatch. Somebody left a stopwatch in the gym, and I kept my eye on it, and nobody claimed it. Nobody came back to get it the whole night I was there. So I was like, well, somebody's going to take it. Whoop, I just grabbed it. I was like, fuck it, I got a stopwatch now. In the federal prisons, it's different than jail. There's things that you can buy on the commissary, and one of them was a Casio stopwatch. G-Shock. Yeah, G-Shock watch. So I have one. I still have it. I have my prison watch. So I'd time myself going around the laps on the quarter mile walking. I didn't run. But I would just see like, how long does it take to walk a quarter? Oh, here it is again. So I'd see like, how long does it take to walk a mile? And I would just time how long I spend walking every day, because I couldn't, and sometimes I would try to count the laps to get right down the distance. I was weighing myself every day. Working, doing the Stairmaster, playing indoor soccer, pickleball, spinning class, couple of doing like yoga classes. I'm telling you, man, it's club fed. That is not an exaggeration. In the low security prisons, it's like the shittiest summer camp you could ever fucking go to. but it's not like the prison that you imagine. When you talk about federal prison, your mind imagines Alcatraz and all the movies that you've seen, like Shawshank and all that shit, and that's real. There are places like that, but the federal prisons, if you're in the low security, that's like a fucking camp. That's like a summer camp with a razor wire fence going around it. And they treat you like you're in grade school. There's a bell to go from like one building to the next. You can't just freely walk around. There's different time periods where they ring a bell and they make an announcement, and then you can bounce to go from where you are to somewhere else, and then you get locked into wherever you are. So you want to go to the library from the gym, you go to the library, then they lock the door to the library, you're stuck there, you're in the library now. You want to go back to the dorm for a minute, you gotta wait till the bell rings. So it's like that, but it's like Club Fed. But I mean, I was there for 4 months. There are people who've been there for 20 fucking years. That would make you want to kill yourself, because it's not like there's a lot to do. It's just that when you went from being in a torture chamber, the federal government they torture you before you sign your confession. And so I was in a fucking box where I couldn't see the sun for 14 months, locked in a cage most of the time. Waiting for my day in court. So when I went to Club Fed, it was like, holy shit, this is great. And but that's what they do to you. That's how they get a 98% conviction rate, because they take all your money, they take everything you have, they completely confiscate all your assets. Everything you own and have is gone. You can't afford a lawyer, you can't afford to fight your case. They torture you. They torture you in so many ways. It would take me an hour to describe it. And then they wear you down and they're like, here, sign your confession and we'll take you to Club Fed. That's what it happens. Everybody caves in. But this is about, I don't know, this video is about coming back from that, right? So, health. I'm taking my health a little bit more seriously day after day. I got a health gadget. The bicycles are health gadgets, so I'm just like making little changes. I got an extra pair of bike shoes this week. It was $15. I was gonna get 2 extra pair for $15 each. But it's not worth the 20-mile ride to go get them and come back if I wasn't going to get the other thing. So I just said, never mind. I'm good. The new bike shoes that I got, and then I got another pair of brand new bike shoes as a warranty replacement for the ones that wore out. And I'm still wearing those. So I've got 3 pair of bike shoes. I'm covered. The new ones, the $15 ones that I got, the ones that look like a pair of sneakers, but are basically hidden bike shoes. They're way nicer than I thought they'd be, but they felt kind of tight when I first put them on. I'm like, maybe I did get a size too small. I don't know. It's kind of like I had that in my head. Maybe I shouldn't have got these things. That they fit a little snug, but they are leather maybe. So I put them on one night, and I just left them on my feet, walked around the house. They started to settle in. And I'm like, they do fit. And if I did get the size bigger than this, from this brand, if I was in a store trying them on, I think I would have stuck with the size that I'm wearing. And leather shoes do stretch out and break in. These are not broken in. These are brand spanking new. So I've got 2 brand spanking new pair of bike shoes that need cleats. I'm not going to buy them this weekend. Probably. I'll probably wait till the next time I get paid. But then I'll set up and have 3 pair of bike shoes that are ready to go at all times. Covered. Done. So the next thing is like healthy eating and trying to get back on the healthy eating kick. But I did notice some things, synchronicities, if you will. I was talking in the last video that I recorded about where do I even start? I'm going to start with I just posted a video to YouTube today before I recorded this video. When I took my little break, when I hit the stop button earlier, I had to go take care of my stuffy nose, and then I realized I need to check my empty space on the phone. Looked like I didn't have enough space to record a video. So I was like, well, gotta back up the files from the phone. That takes a few minutes. And it's waiting for a bar to go across the screen. So in the meantime, I was queuing up the next round of videos for the YouTube channel. And the one that I put the title on was called From Chaos to Comeback, Broke But Not Broken, Full Life, Empty Pockets. I wanted it to say full of life with empty pockets, but I have a space that I have to fit the title into. And so it forces me to try and like make it fit. So broke but not broken, full life, empty pockets. I think that's a good title, because that's what the video was about. When you're broke, you can still live a good life and do things that are free. Cycling for me is fun. You don't hear me talk about how much fun it is when I'm sitting in front of this camera and I'm dreading it tomorrow. But this is kind of like the pattern of my life. I don't like to go exercise. I used to play soccer. I hated it. Hated it right up until I'm on the field. I'm not kidding. I would just be like, man, I gotta go play this soccer game. I don't want to go. I just want to sit at home. I want to do this. But I made a commitment. My team, there probably won't even be enough people for a full team if I don't show up. And there were times I'd show up, we'd have 11. So we're playing the full 90 minutes. Nobody's going to the bench. Soon as I walk out on that field, I'm like, all right, bitches, let's go. Let's do this. I'm all about it. Same thing happens to me on the bike. I had to go to the bank a couple days ago. I'm like, man, why didn't you just do that when you could have done it going to the bank? You could have taken your check with you, but you forgot. And why you have to? Now you're wasting half a day to go to the bank, and I don't want to go to the bank, and blah. I get on the bike. I'm like 500 feet down the road. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my bike. Booyah! I was all happy. So I know this about myself. And it's fun. And I get into this mindset. I get thankful because it takes me back to Danbury Federal Prison, where I'm like, I'm sitting there in spinning class in prison. Just let that sink in for a minute. But anyway, and no, don't go there. Like, don't go thinking that, prison's not that bad. I'll go fuck up my life. No, it sucks. This is like, these were the highlights of a shitty year. I'm in spinning class, and I close my eyes and try to pretend I'm on a road. I'm racing next to Lance Armstrong in the Tour de France, and I'm out in the mountains. Turn up the tension knob on the wheel. Now I'm climbing a mountain. I gotta get up out of the saddle. Ooh, there's a couple cars honked. Somebody honked at me. Fuck you, motherfucker. And then, you know what I mean? Like, all that. And then I open my eyes and I'm like, shit. I'm still in prison. So I'd just be in that class riding on a stationary bike, a nice one, a nice spinning bike like you would see at the gym in spinning class. Same exact thing with the heavy flywheel, fixed gear, fully adjustable handlebars, seat, all of it. It even had SPD pedals that you could, if you had bicycle shoes, you could click in. Nobody in prison's got bicycle shoes. You're lucky if you have a pair of sneakers. And so there we are. Spinning class. And I just would wish, I would just be like, man, I wish I could ride my bike so bad. And then I get out of prison and my bike's right in front of me and I can't ride it because I don't have any. It needs parts. I needed to spend about $300 to $400 in somewhere. It was like $360 I had to drop before the first time I could go ride that bike, and I had to spend an afternoon putting it all together and like tuning it up and make, and even then it wasn't really ready to go. I had to get tires because my tires blew up on me. Other things went wrong and I had to fix this, that, and the other thing, but at least I was out riding it when the other stuff started to break. Now that's a solid bike. I haven't had any problems with the Red Rocket for a while. Need some brake. I have brake pads to put on it, but I think I'm just going to wear them down a little more before I do it. Get as much dollar out of them as I can. But I'm out riding my bike, so even on a bad day when when people are being obnoxious, honking at me, I'm like, fuck you, go to hell, you fucking Dodge Ram driving piece of shit, all that. I'm still having a good time. Like, I do recall every single time I'm on that bike going down the road, especially if like my foot hurts, because I had corns on my one foot and it was starting to hurt real bad before I finally was like, I got to do something about this. And now they're going away and I feel better each time I ride, but it takes a couple weeks to kind of get rid of all that and clean up your feet so that they don't hurt anymore. But every time I'm out on the bike, I'm like, this is so much better. This is so much better than being in prison. Even if I don't have a car, even if life sucks, and even if I'm like completely destitute and broken, and I'm not broke. I'm broke, but I'm not broken. It's all just like, your mindset. Yeah, I do have days where I'm upset, but at the end of the day, I'm like, this ain't that bad. I sit and watch the Tour de France. I go on my bike rides. I can sit in front of a computer. I can basically do whatever I want. I just can't go wherever I want. And I do have to kind of report to somebody, once a month, fill out a form on a website. Generally, that seems to be all that I need to do. Who knows when and if I'm gonna, the next. I mean, I'm sure I'll hear from him on occasion. But as long as I just keep trying to move forward and stay out of trouble, I think I'll be okay. Hope I'll be okay. And so I think, I'm on level 5. I want to get to level 6. How do I get there? I think the thing I got to figure out, take care of your health, get that to another level, manage your time, and start making better money, because it's right there on the table. You just got to figure out how to claim your energy back, claim your time back, put it into something better. So I think the 2 things I'm going to do today, fresh start. I'm going to get the healthy food. I'm going to be able to, what's the word? I'm going to be able to track my fitness a little better, because now I'm going to be able to track what's going on when I'm working at the bakery, because I'm dead curious. I want to know, how many calories do I burn? Like, how much does my body work when I'm at that job? Especially Mondays, lifting all the heavy boxes and bags. And the workout just, it feels like I call it, I say it's like going to the gym. And I know the one manager. So one day I took all the bags of flour on a Saturday and I dumped them into this big giant bin that we have. I mean, it holds, if I can fit 6 bags of flour in that bin, they're each 50 pounds. That's 300 pounds of flour in this bin. And so I filled this bin with flour. I filled the sugar bins. I filled all the bins on a Saturday, because we were just kind of like, we were just trying to get caught up and help the people Monday morning. We're closed on Sunday. So I took a photo of the back wall of all the empty stacks that were, because the manager wasn't there. And when the manager left on Friday, all the stacks of flour, sugar, and all that were pretty tall. Well, now they're like short. And so I took a picture of it and I sent it to the manager, and I was like, hey, just wanted to let you know, you could probably add this many bags of each thing to the order for the delivery truck this week, because the last time you were here, you probably got different numbers. And so she was like, oh, thanks, Adam. I'll make sure to throw that on the order. And I just texted her back. I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to miss out on the heavy bag part of my workout next week. Lifting the heavy bag. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss out. And yeah, when the order came in, we had stacks of freaking bags going all the way down. Yeah, tons of it. That's not even a pun. I mean, it's probably tons. How many pounds are in a ton? Uh, 2,000. 40 bags? Could be close to a ton. It could be. I mean, if I think about how many we have, there's 10, 20, 30. Yeah, definitely. I definitely have to lift more than a ton when it comes to possibly just the bags. Just the bags. And then I'm not talking about the 50-pound boxes of chocolate chips and that kind of stuff that we get too. Just the 50-pound bags of confectionaries, your different sugars and flour and stuff. It all adds. I'm just counting the stacks. 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, right there, boom, 40. That's a ton. So tons of stuff. I'm lifting tons of stuff. Even on a slow week where the order's small, I'm probably still lifting a ton. And you could do that going to the gym. But I'm just curious. I've been curious for a long time, like, what am I actually burning, but I don't want to put this thing on. For different reasons. You're not supposed to wear a watch. And number two, this thing here will pop out of the band fairly easily. It takes a little bit of effort. It doesn't just fall out when you're walking or biking, but it can fall out. Especially if you're like putting a backpack on or putting on if it gets caught on something, it'll yank the thing right out. So you got to be careful about that with this particular fitness band. So it would fall off. I mean, the whole like if I wasn't wearing this while I worked at the bakery, it would pop out of the band at some point. And it would get damaged, and I don't need that. So I got the chest strap. I'm going to use it. And I'll be able to use it for any other thing that I do. When I'm riding my bicycle, it's a backup to the backup. They say one is none, two is one. So I got one here, one here. If one doesn't work, the other one will. And I'll know my heart rate for the whole bike ride. And it is handy. There's multiple ways to use that. So, whoa. Okay, so back to what I was getting at a few minutes ago. I was talking about in the last video about how YouTube is shadow banned me and all the evidence that I have that they've done it. And Grok even agrees with me. But I even said in the last video that sometimes when you ask AI a question, AI might spit back confirmation bias that like spits back what you want to hear. But I thought Grok's analysis was pretty objective because it told me, yeah, there's a lot of evidence to suggest that you're shadow banned, but here are some other things to consider on top of that. But everybody knows. YouTube will kill your growth if you say the wrong thing. I saw it right away. First time I said COVID-19 is a scam in a video, they put a warning on the video saying COVID-19 is not a scam. Warning, misinformation. warning's probably still there on the video. I don't know what video it is. I can find it pretty quick though, because they flagged that shit in YouTube Studio. It would be easy to find. But as soon as I did that for the first time, the impressions of thumbnails went pew, off a cliff. They're like, yep, we're not going to promote this guy's channel anymore. Fuck him. We'll take the ad revenue from the ads that we run on his videos, but we're not going to give him enough growth to make a living off of that. But when they shadow ban 20,000 people and continue taking the money from the videos, that adds up to millions of dollars for them. So it's profitable for them to shadow ban you and not kick you off the channel. Then I was talking about how this chick, refashioned hippie, got her channel banned from YouTube. Her banned, canceled, deleted, because they said she was showing too much titty. Straight up, they said her tits are too big. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, because there's so many whores on YouTube. Like, you can't, even if you're not looking for them, they're gonna show up in your feed. Like, there's chicks whose whole channel is, I'm trying on bikinis today. And they come out with a couple of beer bottle caps covering their nipples, prancing around in a thong, where you can, I mean, their camel toe is right there. I mean, you can see the whole thing. They're not getting kicked off YouTube. They got links to their OnlyFans channel, whatever. And I'm telling you, they're not just doing it like, I'm trying on bikinis today. Yay. No, they're doing it like every genre of video on YouTube has this. You got all these auto mechanics, Chris Fix, you got Scotty Kilmer, you got Vin Wiki, you got Entrepreneurs in Cars, you've got Don DeMiro, is that his name? Dan DeMiro, whatever. Some guy drives around fancy cars and talks about them, and just a bunch of car channels. Then some bimbo shows up in a bikini and says, I'm going to teach you how to do an oil change today. And then she's like getting oil all over her. Oh God, I got oil all over my chest. What am I going to do? Oh, looks like it's cold outside. And like, all that shit. And then she's like, oh, too bad. I got a flat tire. Whatever shall I do? And then she bends over and her whale tail's hanging out the back of her jeans. And like, just, that's all it is. Scotty Kilmer's got 2.5 million followers on his auto mechanics channel. He's an actual auto mechanic and he gives good advice. And if you have a problem with your car, he'll tell you how to fix it. This bimbo in a fucking thong, she gets 4 million followers in a month. Now she's the new queen of auto mechanics channels. So now if you're looking for an auto mechanic, this bitch in a thong's gonna show up instead of somebody who knows what they're talking about. And it's like this with every freaking cooking. There could be cooking videos. You could have some master chef teaching you how to make a souffle. And then some dumbass bimbo shows up with an apron and a thong and she's like, I'm gonna teach you how to cook ramen noodles today. And like, I'm gonna teach you how to cook a Hot Pocket. Put it in the sleeve, put it in the microwave. Look at that, I got a Hot Pocket. Like, get the fuck out of here. Now this dumb bimbo's got 9 million followers for her cooking channel. And you can't even find the real fucking chefs anymore because it's just dominated by these fucking whores. Go to my Instagram and then my OnlyFans channel for more cooking, more good cooking, right? Oh, get the fuck out of here, you fucking whores. I can't stand them. They don't get kicked off of YouTube. They're everywhere. There's this fucking dumb bitch who goes around driving. She basically goes, she has a camping channel. She goes camping in a $100,000 pickup truck camper that she bought because she basically goes camping in a bikini. And it's always like, look at this new bikini. Look, I don't even know how the fuck do you fit 3,000 bikinis in the back of a fucking pickup truck camper, number one. Because Don't even ask me how I fucking know how many bikinis she has. But anyway, this is what this girl does. And I Googled this shit. Oh, imagine that. She has an OnlyFans channel. How about that? There you go. There's how she bought a $100,000 pickup truck camper to go camping everywhere. Fuck, dude. So, like, she's talking about, yeah, like, you're going to get a bunch of camping information from a whore who goes camping in a bikini out of a $100,000 camper truck. You're going to get all kinds of information about camping. But people that actually can teach you about camping, they struggle to get the views. They struggle to get an audience. And it's like, I mean, it is what it is. We know it's the world's oldest profession brought to video. So, I mean, it's, nothing new under the sun there. But it's annoying. So, but then her channel's not canceled. This chick has shown more tit and ass on YouTube. Fuck, man. I don't even know what to compare it to. And then this girl who does funny videos, she has big boobs. She gets kicked off of YouTube for nothing. And I'm like, wow, they really are on a rampage. They are going to shut you down. So it's just a matter of time before they say, Adam, you're done. Over. Delete your channel. You've said too much. We've heard you talk about Dr. Fauci one too many times. We don't want people talking about Epstein Island anymore. It's over for you, dude. You're done. This is when's next week, next month, next year. I don't know. It's coming. So you're going to have to look at the description below, follow me somewhere else, so that when I get kicked off of here, you'll at least be able to stay in touch. Now, it seems like email is listening to everything we say. Because, I'm not kidding, I did this whole video about this yesterday. And I go to my email, and this is the very first email that's in there. It's from a thing called vidIQ. It's it's like a plug-in to link to YouTube. You can pay for it. I don't. You get stuff for free. They do analysis, and you can get like some analytics and different information and stuff. But it's a tool that you can use to try and help your YouTube channel grow. This is the email. I'm going to read it word for word. Your weekly cheat code for YouTube. News, updates. They don't want me to read this. Hold on a second. I got phlegmy. Your weekly cheat code for YouTube. News, updates, and smart growth tips from the folks behind vidIQ. That's the subtitle of their email, their newsletter. This is the email newsletter. Right after I recorded this video yesterday about how my growth has been killed by YouTube, I see brutal mistakes killing Adam Bees' growth, 2025. If Adam Bees' growth has plateaued at 1,230 subscribers despite all your effort, chances are you're following last year's rules. We break down what actually works in 2025 to scale past 10,000 subscribers from niche first virality to raw thumbnails and long form bingeables. Watch the 2025 playbooks. I mean, what it's going to be is use these popular keywords. If you got titties and ass, show them in your thumbnails. Clickbait. Don't say things that you're not supposed to say. Keep your videos short. I already know what this is. I didn't click on it. I'm like, I already know what you're going to say. I don't need to. I already know. I just thought that was funny that it popped up right away. But this got on my mind because I saw this chick get her channel canceled. 250,000 followers gone. Like, they just flip a switch and you're done. She started a new channel. She's got 300 followers. because that's what happens when you disappear. People don't know you're gone. They just notice maybe over a couple of months, hey, I'm not seeing those videos anymore. 250,000 followers, but when they cancel you, nobody gets a notification that you're gone. They just, and then they don't know because people are too lazy. They don't follow the creators on other platforms. So you get kicked off of YouTube. You had 250,000 followers. They don't know where to go to find you anymore because they never clicked on a link. They're like, heaven forbid I get on an email list. Heaven forbid I go follow them on Instagram or X. Because YouTube's where I watch videos. I don't go to Rumble. I watch videos on YouTube, and that's it. That's all I'm gonna watch. Okay, well, then you have to expect that a lot of the people that you like to watch are just one ticking time bomb away from disappearing. And you'll never find them again or know what happened to them if you don't follow them somewhere else. The people that I really like, that I know are going to get kicked off of YouTube, like, you know, Richie from Boston, that motherfucker, his time's up. I mean, he's just on a... They gave him his channels back. He had multiple channels. They took them all away. 5 years later, they gave him back. 5 years! They just magically gave him back his channels one day. Just, fuck, here you go. You can have your channels back. But it was 5 years ago. It was 2020. They kicked him off YouTube completely in 2020. And then earlier this year, he got an email and he said, they just randomly gave me all my channels back out of nowhere. Just said, here, you can have your channels back. 5 years. All these and then he starts posting video and all these people are leaving comments like, where did you go? Why didn't you post any videos for the last 5 years? Why did you quit doing YouTube? And like, he's like, fuck all of you. They kicked me off, you dumb fucking idiots. I've been on Rumble, I've been on BitChute, I've been on Odyssey, I'm on X, I'm on all these different platforms, but YouTube kicked me off and all of you just thought that I quit. You do realize that they kick people off of here when they say something wrong. So, I don't know. I'm not mad at any of you. I'm just saying, this is the point I'm trying to make, that people are lazy and they're like, well, I follow him on YouTube. I'm not going to go watch anything else anywhere else. And I'm kind of like that. I would listen to the Cat Turd podcast on Rumble. No, there's nothing out there that I watch on a daily basis or a regular basis. There's even the Tour de France. The Tour de France ended 4 days ago. I'm watching stage 17. There's 21 stages. I'm not even watching that enough to keep up with the damn thing. And the women's Tour de France has been going on since Saturday. It's going to be over because it's only like, I think it's like, I don't know. I don't know how many stages there are. But it's not even close to what the men, you know, the women, they can't do this shit like the men do. Right? It's like the WNBA of bicycling. There won't be huge crowds on the side of the road, none of that. You know, somebody gets dragged to the side of the road. Hey, you told me we were watching the Tour de France. What's this? Right? There ain't gonna be nobody in like cool costumes on the side of the road. It's just gonna be a few people clapping, a few horny guys trying to get a peek of some chicks in spandex going by. Oh, check that out. Yeah. But that's about it. They don't ride as far as the men do. They don't, it's like the WNBA. They're probably all going to come out wearing jerseys that say we don't get paid enough. All of it. So, but even though I don't watch things on a regular basis, Cat Turd left Rumble. He wouldn't really say, but I think he's a bit of a grifter, I think. Something about money. It seemed like it was money related. I'm not getting enough money from Rumble, so we're ditching them. I think that's what it boiled down to. And maybe he has a legitimate grievance. Maybe Rumble's making a bunch of money off of him, and he ain't getting nothing from it. So why bother? So he wanted to make a point. He had like, for Rumble to have, for somebody on Rumble to have 100,000 followers, if that's what he had, that's huge for Rumble. People with, Laura Loomer had millions of followers on X. She had like 40,000 followers on Rumble. Something like that. I gave the numbers out in another video because I looked. I'm not looking right now. But when Cat Turd left Rumble, I don't watch it anymore. And it's weird because all you gotta do is go to X, go to Cat Turd, boom, there's the video. He posts every day. It's right there. You can watch it. It's not like you can't watch it anymore. But for some reason, I don't like watching videos on X because X is just like a never end. You post something on X and then it's gone. And you'll never find it again. You ever find something on X that you like and you forget to hit that little bookmark and you scroll, it's gone. It's gone forever. Like if you see something funny, you see something you want to share and it's like, whoop, it's gone. It's here and it's gone. You post something on X, it has a shelf life of about 8 to 10 seconds and it's over. If you don't get any clicks and reshares and reposts and likes and all that crap, you have like 10 seconds when you post something for it to gain traction. And if it doesn't gain traction, it's just lost in the shuffle and it's gone. There's no like page for somebody who, they're allowing you to post videos on X that are long. But you have to pay them a monthly fee in order to do that. But there's no archive of the videos that you posted. Not that I'm aware of. Go to media. Okay, so I guess I take that. Well, you can go to someone's profile and there's a media tab. And so but that's going to include images and memes and all kinds of things like that. And videos, and it's all going to be mixed in on a grid of thumbnails. It's not like there's no like, it's not like YouTube or Rumble where you can say, here are all the videos in chronological order. Here are all the titles of the videos. Let me see if I can find something that looks interesting. Oh, there. X doesn't work like that. X is just a smorgasbord. You throw something at the fucking wall. You throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks. And usually it goes, and then just goes right down the wall and it's gone. And so you get, unless you have 1 million followers, nothing that you post will ever take off or go anywhere. And so I don't know. I don't know if that's worth my time. I have like 250 followers on X, and it's just a matter of time before that drops to like 50, because 150 of them or 200 of them are bots, spammy porn bots or whatever. So that just goes right into the next thing. So I was talking about this chick on YouTube. She lost her channel because she's got big boobs. That's pretty much the only thing anybody can. People who are paying attention. It seems like the only reason they got rid of her and canceled her is because her boobs are too big. They're like, we can't have knockers like that. We can have all these OnlyFans whores prancing around all day in a bikini and a thong. You can basically see their vagina right there. I mean, it's just covered up with a little piece of cloth. But can't have big knockers. No, we can't have that. And it makes no sense. But it's the society that we live in right now. In the late 1990s to like the mid 2000s, a big indicator of our shift in society right now. Back in the mid 90s, all the way up to like 2010, somewhere in that range, the internet made us a free and open society. You could read the news from anywhere in the world. You could read any newspaper from any city. You could, if you wanted to know what's going on, you could read the New York Times, the New York Post, the Washington Times, the Washington Post. You live in Pittsburgh, you could read the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review. You could read any newspaper in any city. Oh, I want to know what's going on back home. Let's look at the Rochester Democrat and Chronicle and see what's going on in Rochester today. And you can anywhere. Oh, what's going on in Europe? Let's go to Reuters. Let's go to Let's go to the BBC and, anything, NBC, ABC, CBS, Fox News, CNBC, CNN, all of it. Free and open and available. Oh, what's going on in Pittsburgh again? Oh, WPXI, WTAE, KDKA, what are they having to say? Oh, here's all the news, here's the videos, all that stuff. Just free and open, you could get news from all over the world. You had, back in the day, you had Matt Drudge. He got famous and rich for putting up a white web page with a whole bunch of fucking links on it to news articles every day that he found. And just, here's all the news. Here's a bunch of news stories. The news was free. It was open. You could read the news all day long. Any newspaper or news source in the world. But according to some people, I have been told that porn, if you wanted to watch pornography, it used to cost money back then. You'd go to from what I've been told, you would go to like a porno website and a bunch of pop-up ads are just bing, 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 and you close one, 20 more pop up in front of you, and buy this, and put your credit card here, and oh, here's a little peek of a titty, and you couldn't actually watch any porn. You'd have to like pay for it. But you might, oh, there's a titty in there. Oh, I saw that. Oh, it looks like they're having sex, but there's a big blurry spot and a thing covering up the thing, and can't see that. Oh, and so I had a friend who called me over to his house one day, and he was like, man, my computer's jacked. Because, when you work with computers and stuff, all of a sudden you're everybody's IT guy. Oh, Adam, he works with computers all day. He knows how to fix this. I go over to his house. He starts up his Windows computer, and as soon as the thing starts up, pop-up ads coming up all over the place, and I'm just like, dude, you got to stop watching so much porn. I'm just saying, that's what's wrong with your computer right now. We're going to have to wipe your hard drive and reinstall Windows. We're going to have to start this thing over from scratch because you've done been porned out. I don't know what the appeal is of pregnant women having sex, but looks like you've been watching a lot of that. 2 girls pooping in a cup. Oh, come on, dude. What are you into? Why did I have to come over here and see this shit, dude? Come on. So now I'm redoing his whole fucking computer. I'm like, where's your CD? This is back in the day. I'm like, where's your Windows CD? We got to start from scratch, homie. We got to reformat your hard drive. We got to reboot Windows. We got to put the whole thing. You got any files you want to keep? And we got to make sure those files don't have viruses attached to them. And so we'd spend all day fixing this dude's computer. Now, people are telling me that it's the opposite. Supposedly, I've been told that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of websites you can go to, and you can just watch porn for free all day long. You can just be like, oh, there's some porn. Oh, wow, there's a couple. Oh, yeah, that's definitely. Oh, they're definitely doing it. You can like search for, I want to see 3 girls, a dude, and a donkey. Boom, here's 50 videos. Oh, you can just watch it? Right? Oh, there it is. Fuck! Came right up. No fucking problem. You can just scroll, and I'm like, what? There's nothing's popping up at me. There's no ads. The fuck is this? So I've been told. There's tons of it, tons and tons and tons of porn all over the internet, and it's just there. You can just watch it. Porn from all over the world. You want to watch? You want to watch some girls in Japan go sucky sucky boom boom long time? You can do it. You got it. Got that. You want to watch? You want to see some girl tied up in fucking knots like Houdini? She got to escape from a fucking straitjacket, or she's gonna get gangbanged in 2 minutes if she can't figure it out. Boom, you can watch that. It's all there. It's all there. It's just free. Boom, hit play. Wow, look at that. But you want to read the news? You want to read a newspaper now? Fuck, man. You go to a news website. What's the first thing that happens? Boom. You need to pay to see this. Subscribe now. Blah, blah, blah. Fucking 10 pop-up ads fly up. You close your web browser. Boom, it pops back up. You sure you don't want to read the New York Times? A subscription only costs this much. And before you know it, your fucking computer's all slowed down and broken. And you can't read the fucking news anywhere. You can't read a fucking newspaper anymore. You go to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Subscription only $10 a month. Go to the New York Times. You want to read the New York Times, the New York Post, the Washington Times, the Washington Post, Fox News, CNN. You're going to have $250 a month in subscription fees to read the fucking news now. You can't just read the news anymore. Every single fucking news website now, they want you to pay and have a subscription to read the fucking news. What the fuck happened? News used to be free, porn used to cost a ton of money, so I've been told, and now porn is completely free, and you can't fucking read the news unless you're rich. What the fuck happened there? When the fuck did this take place? You want to read, you got to shell out $500 a month. You want to read the Wall Street Journal shit. You got to be one of the millionaires that read the Wall Street Journal to pay to read the Wall Street Journal now. You want to read the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, Washington Post, New York Post. Did I say that? I don't know. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Rochester Democrat Chronicle. You got $1,000 a month to pay for all these subscriptions. You'd be better off. You could have a Netflix, Disney Plus subscription, Paramount Plus, Hulu, HBO Max, and 6 other video subscriptions, Amazon Prime Video, and all these other ones, and still pay less money than it costs to read the fucking newspaper now. And all the ads and the fuck, you can't even read it. You ever try to read a newspaper now online, and you start reading the article, and then the article goes, boop, it disappears, and there's an ad. And then you scrolled up, and then it's like, there's the news article again, boop, now it's up here. And you gotta scroll it back down because an ad showed up down here. And then you start reading, you get to the headline, and boop, it goes over here because there's an ad. And you gotta keep closing the fucking ad just to read the news. And then you get an ad blocker, and then the thing comes up saying, we've detected that you're using an ad blocker. So now you gotta get an ad blocker, so that you can block the ad blocker. And it's like, just to read the fucking news? Fuck all that shit. You know what? The only news I ever read anymore, I get all my news from the memes. I go to X, I'm like, oh, Ozzy died. Hulk Hogan died. Okay. Trump said he's not going to release the Epstein files after he said he's going to release them. That's all in memes. I read memes, and I get my news. I get enough news from reading the memes. I know what's going on. I don't got to fucking read the newspaper anymore. You can't. I can watch 6 girls. I can watch a girl fuck 1,000 guys in 6 hours in a giant gangbang where they line up like a fucking train. They're all wearing like Mexican wrestling masks, and they're nutting all over this girl. She looks like she's been glazed she looks like a glazed donut at a bakery by the time it's all done. And that's totally free. You don't got to pay for that. But you want to read the news? You got $1,000 to spend this month so you can read some news? No, I don't. So I guess I'll just watch I'll watch the Jizz Queen I'll watch the first 100 guys fuck her, and then I got other shit to do today. I guess that's what I'm going to do because I can't read the news anymore, so I can't be informed. That's our society now. That's like, that right there tells you everything you need to know about what's going on in today's world. That's where we're at. I got nothing else to say, to be honest. If you made it this far, you got to the best part. Anybody who tapped out before they got here, you missed out on the best part. I could turn this into a YouTube short, but I ain't got time. So if you made it this far, good. Leave it in the comment below. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm just going to let y'all go for now. We'll talk again. Peace out.